English speaking practice. Once upon a time, in a small town, there lived a young man named Sam. Sam was a curious and hardworking person. He loved reading books and watching movies, but there was one thing he struggled with: speaking English. Every time Sam tried to speak English, he felt nervous, words seemed to slip away, and he was scared of making mistakes. One day, Sam decided it was time to change. I want to speak English fluently. He said to himself, I know it won't be easy, but I won't give up. Sam's first step was to join an English class in his town. The class was full of people just like him, people who wanted to improve their English. The teacher, Miss Green, was very kind. She always told the students, don't worry about mistakes. Every time you make a mistake, you learn something new. At first, Sam was very shy. He didn't want to speak in front of others. He thought everyone would laugh if he said something wrong. But Miss Green had a different plan. She introduced a simple rule. Every day, each student had to say at least one sentence in English. On the first day, Sam was scared. He thought, what if I say the wrong word? What if people don't understand me? But when his turn came, he took a deep breath and said, my name is Sam and I love reading books. To his surprise, no one laughed. Miss Green smiled and said, good job, Sam. You spoke clearly and we all understood you. This small success gave Sam a little more confidence. The next day, Sam spoke 2 sentences. He said, I enjoy watching movies. My favorite movie is about a boy who travels around the world. Again, the class listened and Miss Green gave him positive feedback. Slowly, Sam began to feel more comfortable. After a few weeks, Miss Green gave the class a special task. I want you to practice speaking English outside of this class. She said, find someone who speaks English and have a conversation with them. Sam didn't know who he could talk to. Most people in his town spoke the local language, not English. Then he remembered Mr. William, an old man who had lived in London for many years. Mr. Williams often sat in the park reading his newspaper. Sam decided to approach him. One afternoon, Sam gathered all his courage and walked to the park. He saw Mr. William sitting under a tree. Hello, Mr. William, Sam said nervously. Can I talk to you in English? Mr. Williams looked up, smiled, and said, of course, Sam. I would be happy to help you. They started with simple things. Sam asked about Mr. Williams' life in London, and Mr. Williams told him stories about the busy streets and the beautiful parks. At first, Sam struggled to find the right words. Mr. William was patient. He listened carefully and gently corrected Sam's mistake. Every day after that, Sam went to the park to talk to Mr. Williams. Every conversation helped Sam become a little more confident. He started speaking faster and the words came more easily. Sam also noticed something else. The more he practiced, the more he enjoyed speaking English. It no longer felt like a difficult task, it was becoming fun. Sam's English class was also helping him a lot. Miss Green started giving them group activities where they had to work together and discuss different topics. One day, the topic was traveling to a new country. Sam was excited because he had always dreamed of visiting other countries. He shared his dream with the group and for the first time, he didn't feel nervous at all. He was speaking confidently, and his classmates were listening with interest. As time went on, Sam realized something important. Speaking English wasn't just about knowing the right words or having perfect grammar. It was about communication, about expressing his ideas and connected with people. This made him feel more relaxed and motivated. But Sam's journey wasn't over yet. He still had many challenges to face, and he knew that there were more things to learn. Sam's confidence in speaking English continued to grow. Every day he practiced with Mr. William in the park and with his classmates in the English class. But Sam knew that if he wanted to get even better, he had to push himself further. He needed more speaking practice in different situations. One day, Miss Green gave the class a new challenge. Next week, she said, we will have a speaking competition. Each of you will choose a topic and you will have to speak in front of class for 5 minutes. Sam felt a little nervous. 5 minutes seemed like a long time to speak, but Miss Green reminded them, remember, it's not about being perfect, it's about practicing and sharing your ideas. Sam thought long and hard about what topic he should choose. After talking with Mr. Williams, he decided to speak about the importance of practice in learning English. It was something he felt passionate about because it was exactly what helped him improve. The week of the competition arrived, and Sam prepared carefully. He wrote down his main points, practiced speaking out loud at home, and even recorded himself to see how he sounded. Each time he practiced, he felt more comfortable. Finally, the day of competition came. Sam's heart was beating fast when it was his turn to speak, but as soon as he stood in front of class, he remembered everything he had learned. He took a deep breath, smiled, and started to speak. Learning to speak English, Sam began, is like learning any new skill. It takes time and it takes practice. At first, I was scared of making mistakes, but I learned that mistakes are part of the process. The more I practiced, the more confident I became. As Sam spoke, he looked around the room. His classmates were listening carefully, nodded their heads. Miss Green gave him an encouraging smile. Sam felt proud of himself. He spoke for the full 5 minutes without any major mistakes, and when he finished, the class clapped for him. That was excellent, Sam, Miss Green said. You spoke clearly and your message was inspiring. You have made so much progress. Sam couldn't believe it. Just a few months ago, he had been too scared to speak even one sentence in English. Now he had spoken for 5 minutes in front of the whole class. It felt like a big victory. After the competition, something unexpected happened. Some of Sam's classmates came to him and asked for advice. How did you become so confident? One of them asked, what's your secret? Sam smiled and said, there's no secret. You just have to practice every day. Don't worry about being perfect. The more you speak, the easier it becomes. Sam decided that he wanted to help others the same way Mr. Williams had helped him. So he started a small English-speaking club at his school. Every weekend, a group of students would meet in the park and they would practice speaking English together. Sam led the group and helped them feel comfortable speaking. The English-speaking club grew bigger over time. More and more students joined, and they all helped each other improve. Sam's town was small, but now it was full of people who were excited about speaking English.